My life changed forever at an airport in Paris. It was supposed to be a simple family vacation. My parents, my aunt, my younger sister, and I had spent a week exploring the city together. On our final morning, we arrived at Charles de Gaulle Airport, laughing as we waited to board our flight back to New York. As we stood near the gate, my mother smiled at me. "Did you check your tote bag before we left the hotel?" she asked casually. I frowned. Double quotes no. Why? "Oh, nothing," she replied with a pleasant smile. "Just making sure you packed everything." At the time, I thought it was a strange question. 30 seconds later, armed security officers surrounded me. "Mom, step away from your luggage." Everyone nearby stared as one officer searched my tote bag. Within moments, he pulled out a passport. It wasn't mine. "This passport has been reported stolen," he said firmly. "There has to be a mistake," I whispered. I looked toward my family, expecting them to explain what had happened. Instead, they avoided my eyes. My father grabbed my sister's suitcase. My aunt quietly turned around. My mother didn't say a single word. Together, they walked down the jet bridge and disappeared. Without looking back, that was the exact moment I realized I had been abandoned. The police escorted me into a detention room while investigators questioned me for hours. I kept repeating the same thing. "I've never seen that passport before." Unfortunately, evidence mattered more than words. The stolen passport had been found inside my bag. My own passport was missing. Until the investigation was complete, I would remain detained. Most people would have panicked. I didn't. For the past 8 years, I had worked as a forensic accountant, specializing in financial fraud investigations. My job required me to ignore emotions and focus on facts. So I treated my own situation like another case. Someone had stolen my passport. Someone had placed a fake passport inside my bag. Someone had wanted me arrested. The question was why? Then I remembered something that made my blood run cold. My grandmother's trust. She had passed away 3 years earlier, leaving behind a trust worth approximately $2.5 million. The funds weren't available immediately. According to the legal agreement, the trust would officially mature the following day. I had read every page of that document years ago. Buried deep inside was one unusual clause. If the primary beneficiary could not be located or legally contacted when the trust matured, temporary control would transfer to my parents until the beneficiary returned. My heart nearly stopped. This wasn't random. It wasn't bad luck. My family had carefully planned my disappearance. They didn't want me dead. They simply needed me to be unavailable long enough to steal my inheritance. For the first time in my life, I understood that I wasn't dealing with betrayal. I was dealing with calculated fraud. Almost 48 hours later, just when I thought I had exhausted every option, the detention room door opened. A tall man in an expensive navy suit walked inside. He introduced himself as Nathan Cole. "I've heard a lot about you," he said. I stared at him. "I don't think we've met." "We haven't?" He placed a folder on the table. "I've followed your investigations for years." I looked through the documents. They contained newspaper articles, court records, and reports from several financial crimes I had helped uncover. Nathan smiled. "My company has a problem." "What kind of problem?" "Someone inside my organization has been stealing millions." "And why are you telling me this?" "Because I need someone who can find the truth." I closed the folder. "I'm currently sitting in a detention center." "I know. And my family just framed me." "I know that too." He leaned forward. "I have attorneys already working with French authorities. If you agree to investigate my company, I'll arrange your release and have